Hard Knocks who's going to be starting at quarterback.
Okay.
There is no more Hard Knocks again. Lions and Chargers, Rivers, Stafford in the boiling heat on the turf there in San Diego. Amir Abdullah, you like this kid?
I love this kid.
Can't coach that, man.
21 reasons.
That was on his first carry, and that was against Eric Weddle that he did a little. Eric Weddle could play a little bit this way, too. Whoa. Keenan Allen was intended for him, but that's Glover Quinn with the INT. Lions up 21-10 at the break, third quarter. Stafford, though, I'll help you out. Kyle Emanuel.
I think that's where he hurt his arm a little bit. Hurt his arm right there.
Watch this.
That was an amazing interception as well as he just flips right over. That's a rookie linebacker. Now later on, Stafford.
Ooh.
That's picked off by Patrick Robinson.
Put it back, baby.
So first down for San Diego. Rivers. Stevie Johnson, he gets in.
Stevie can play. Say what you want. I don't care how many teams he's been on. He's bald.
Yeah, 3 years in Buffalo, over 1,000 yards receiving. That guy.
Stevie can play.
On to the fourth. Phillip.
Boom, quick release.
That's Antonio Gates' replacement the first 4 weeks. Ladarius Green, he's a big man.
Antonio, this kid. Antonio, you better get on back, man, if you know what I know.
And then Stafford looking for golden tape, but that is incomplete. Lions forced the punt. Chargers trying to salt this one away. It's Danny Woodhead.
Woodhead, Joe Theismann. Woodhead.
Chargers end up winning this one, coming all the way back. By the way, Rivers ties Dan Fouts for the Chargers franchise record for TD pass.
3 wide receivers in. Bridgewater sends everybody out. Throw. Touchdown. Kyle Rudolph, the tight end. A great drive by the Vikings.
This is another guy who you want to get involved in the passing game. Rudolph just runs a simple up and sits down. He finds a way, finds a hole within that zone.
Darius Wright is in, number 17 for the Vikings. And the reverse to Wright. Picks up a block from Teddy Bridgewater. He might go all the way. And he is taken down at the 6-yard line. The fake. Bridgewater has it. And he runs it in for a touchdown. This is 3rd and 2. Off the fake, Bridgewater in trouble. And he flipped it to Adrian Peterson. And Peterson with lots of room. They angle him out of bounds. Darius Slay pushes him out. 2nd and 2. Stafford gets time. Nobody open. Rolls and throws. Was he in bounds? The Lions think so. Calvin Johnson made the grab. Stafford, quick pitch outside, completes it. And the ball pumps loose. It's recovered by the Vikings. 1st and goal at the 6. Adrian Peterson is stopped. Ankle tackle, the ball comes loose. And the Lions come up with the ball. It's 1st and goal. They give it to the fullback. Zach Line. Touchdown Vikings. Lions at midfield. Stafford. And this one is intercepted.
Denver Broncos improved to 3-0 on Sunday Night Football. Peyton, hugs and kisses with his old coach Jim Caldwell, who's looking to get off the schneid. Matthew Stafford, sore ribs. Bruised ego as well because they were 0-2. Stafford, picked by Bradley Roby.
Boy, that was a good pick, Dion.
What are you laughing at?
Yeah, it really was. Thank you, Marshall.
Good pick.
For that assist.
That's what you wanted to know.
This was a defensive first half, let's just put it that way. In a 0-0 game, tipped by Haloti Ngata, picked by a diving Glover Quinn.
That was a good pick, Dion.
Haloti Ngata.
Made so many of those plays over the years with the Baltimore Ravens. And now getting it done in Motown, replacing Ndamukong Suh.
You think Sue misses Detroit?
No.
Not every 2 weeks or week. Aqib Talib talking about covering Megatron. It's the hardest job in the NFL world. He was targeted 17 times last week. I guess he ain't lying.
That's a big catch radius.
Great grab right there, too, man.
That was a 25-yarder. Then this one's for 11. No catch here, but he draws the PI.
I'll hold him, too.
You better call Kurt.
That led to a Joik Bell touchdown. Yes, he did get in before losing the rock. However, the PAT from the former Bronco, Matt Prater, gets knocked away by Aqib Talib.
There's Tabib. Good play right there.
Stop, man. Special teams play, man. I love what's happening in Denver now. You see them making all kinds of plays, defensively, special teams, and with Peyton Manning now, they're really giving them help.
Man.
So under a minute to go, what do? 4th and 1, you're in Detroit territory. You throw it up to the 88 Club, Mike.
Man, one of the leaders in the 88 Club right there. And that's what I call big man ball, going up, making plays right there. That's why he's the pure essence of a playmaker. That's if you are not that man, get the jersey off your back. If you are that man, insist on the jersey being on your back so we can clearly define you.
Picking it off the head of Darius Slay on that.
I trust you throws.
Yes.
Second half,
I got you.
Peyton Manning. Thomas trying to stretch for the first down, and he loses it.
Hey,
now,
refs.
the play was whistled dead.
Refs.
They said that Thomas was down, so the Lions challenged the play.
Listen, the refs know. You let the play keep going, and then it's a turnover. It's going to be reviewed.
Right.
There's no reason to stop these plays.
So as you can see, his elbow was not down, so he's like throwing it backward. So the Lions recover, but they get it where it was recovered, at the 29-yard line. It doesn't count as a touchdown.
Right.
Later on in the drive, little swing it.
Love that kid right
Amir
there, boy.
Abdullah, the rookie.
Now, and with him is why I thought Detroit would be doing something this year. With that guy, and then go and take Calvin Johnson on the outside.
Yeah, but they don't have anybody to rush the passer right now.
By the way, the Lions failed as they tried for 2. So on to the 4th, Matthew Stafford loses the rock. It's recovered by Malik Jackson. Once again, every turnover is reviewed. Was his arm going forward?
No.
Hey, man, Stafford got to chill with these turnovers.
They say no. So Broncos ball at midfield.
Yeah, somebody got to talk to Stafford about these turnovers.
Here comes Denver. Manning looking for the 88 Club and doesn't quite get it. So that brings up 4th down. So Brandon McManus, one of the stronger legs in the league, from 53 yards out to give him a 5-point lead. It sails a little wide, but you saw the penalty flags.
Little wide.
Darius Slay called for illegal formation.
It's your boy again. On the wrong side.
You can't have 7 guys on one side of the line.
That's good. I never knew that.
So Joe Marciano, the special teams coach, like, what are you doing?
Coach, man.
He's got to be 6 and 5. That's all.
So now McManus is true from 48, and there's your 5-point lead. Lions still within a touchdown.
Are they older or are they younger?
Stafford. This was his best throw of the night to Eric Ebron.
Oh, that's nice.
It was his best catch of the night because he dropped some too.
Gain of 29. Then Stafford. This is a great defensive play. David Burton Jr., Marshall.
Awesome play. If you think about week 1, he was the guy who tipped the ball
That
Darren Stewart caught. Yeah, against Baltimore. Yes.
That's a great play.
And
You like that, Brian?
Love it.
Was that a good interception?
Yeah, it was a bad throw by Stafford, too, but, you know.
I was just checking.
Now Peyton trying to put it away, looking deep downfield. Emmanuel Sanders, how's that for a snag,
That's
Mike?
that right there, saying, little man can do it, too.
Exactly. That's what I was about to say to you.
Little man, I can do it. Look at that. They pick it on you, Slay. Little man got up there, boy. Say he get in the show.
3 plays later, 3rd and 6. That's Owen Daniel.
And that right there, yeah, it was. And that boy right there went up. I just love that one. Now they're mixing it together real well in Denver. You know, they're letting Peyton do what he does.
Monday night game this was. Seattle and Detroit. Marshawn Lynch getting in some work pregame, would not play with that injured hamstring, so he would take in the game from the stands. So Thomas Rawls gets the start at running back. How would he fare under the Monday night lights? First quarter, no score. Rawls takes the handoff, loses a couple of yards on the play.
How many Detroit Lions is around the football?
I think all 11. A little population to the ball.
Yeah, we saw that all night long.
Population to the ball, yeah.
Their front seven played well.
All of them. Rawls gets tripped up, loses a yard in the play. Seahawks would punt. Second quarter. This is a 3rd and 12 play.
Russell all night, guys.
Well, that's great. I mean, you got to block the man in front of you. Jones did a great job. He beat Britt. He beat the shoot. The
Jermaine Kearse, 34 yards. How many big plays has he made the last couple of years?
That's just the missed opportunity of a big play. You got to come down with Russell, but as you said, this is why they paid the man, and he's a franchise quarterback, because he can extend the play.
Very next play, Wilson looks deep for Doug Baldwin, who holds it in. Can't make a better throw than that.
That's what separates Russell from some of the other guys.
When he has to do it, when he has to drop it in there. There's no room. It was a perfect throw.
I see it, Doug. Angry man.
Give him time. You can do this more often.
First offensive touchdown for Seattle.
They got to develop one, Willie. They don't have time now. Ziggy Ansah. They all took turns. The good thing about Ziggy right there, he went for it.
Detroit's defense, guys, had an impressive night.
Flaps the pocket there.
That's how you get to Wilson. All 4 guys meeting in the backfield as they dump him for the sack.
Seattle better get this offensive line fixed.
Seattle would add a Stephen Hotchkiss field goal. They'd go up 10-3 at halftime. Third quarter, same score. Wilson is going to take off running. The escapability.
Ball's in his left hand. He's not looking to throw it.
11 yards on the run. You see Fred Jackson down on the field. Hate to see that. Guy who has defied the odds, oldest running back in the NFL.
Pride of Coe College. There you go. You don't see that from Tyler Lockett.
You don't. Dog pile.
Punt muffed. Tyler Lockett recovered by Don Carey. Lions getting another chance. 3rd and 14. Stafford going deep.
You think Seattle was ready for that?
Great coverage, man. Great coverage.
Right where they had to be.
No, we've been waiting.
Meet me at the ball.
For Cam Chancellor to make one of those game-changing plays. That would be the first that we'd see on this night. To the 4th quarter. And that Detroit defense just keeps on coming.
When you run the read option, we talk about this, Baldy, and we talked about
go
hit the quarterback.
Yeah.
Take your man. Assignment football.
Okay. Now you're right. It's eliminating it from the league right now, Will.
Look at this. Here's that Chancellor.
A little intimidation.
Hey, does he own the middle of the field, Mike? Is the middle field his?
Yo, that's his. Yeah. He calls it his dark place.
That's big man versus big man right there.
The play would actually be called back. Unnecessary roughness penalty on Riley Reif. A couple of plays later, Stafford to Johnson, well short of the first down, so Detroit would punt. Seattle trying to put the game on ice. Wilson drops back, stripped. James Ihedebo.
Go ahead, big fella.
Caron Reed takes it to the house.
Big fella.
Guys, Mike, you said it. Scoop Detroit's defense would have to score. The offense couldn't get anything going, and finally the defense did it.
That Detroit Lions defense played hard, and they played well enough to win this football game all night long.
By the way, Russell Wilson last year fumbled 11 times, didn't lose any of them, lost 2 of them in this game.
29 since 2012.
That was a big, huge stop right there on that toss crack on 3rd and 2. James Ihedebo again.
Balling, man.
Yeah,
balling,
no. So I mean, you're putting it all out there. You're 0-3.
Yeah, you have to.
Do whatever you can.
One last chance for Matthew Stafford.
Come on, GT.
Golden Tate against his old mates.
You bring that blitz, you got to cover on the outside.
22
Great
yards.
play by Tate.
And a Detroit first down. 4 plays later, this is 2nd and 1 play. Stafford to Tim Wright.
That's a play.
Who knew Tim Wright was on the Lions?
I did. That's my job to know, and I did.
I mean, he just keeps showing up and making catches.
And it all came down to this play. Stafford to Calvin Johnson.
See that choice route?
As good a defensive play as you'll ever see. Cam Chancellor punches the football loose, touchback, and Jim Caldwell can't believe it.
Pay the man. Come on, Pete.
Man, just on the nick of time.
Pay the man.
Cam Chancellor, after the holdout, Seahawks fans waiting for him to show up, and in his 2nd game back, makes an all-world play to save the night for the Seattle Seahawks. 13-10, so Seattle gets 2-2, and the Detroit Lions, really in gut-wrenching fashion, fall to 0-4.
For an NFL record 8th time, the Lions are the last winless team in the NFL, facing Arizona, which is coming off a loss itself. Carson Palmer much better on this Sunday than he was last. Looking for John Brown. It's a pretty pass, man.
I'll be John Brown.
John Brown, thank you. 11 of 14, 161, 3 touchdowns.
Very efficient.
14 times. Here's one of those 14 to Larry Fitzgerald, his 6th touchdown of the year. Check the scoreboard. It's 35-7, guys.
Wow.
I just see Detroit fight back after that Monday night loss debacle in Seattle. Andre Ellington, welcome back after 3 games with a bum knee.
Wow.
LT's looking just fine, thanks.
Well, nice patience, and as you can see, the guy can run. He has speed now.
Can somebody tell Detroit this ain't flag?
One of his 3 carries on the day. Matthew Stafford, we'll get to his disastrous season in just a second, but that's all you can say if you're a Lions fan, just a deep sigh. Intended for Amir Abdullah. That's picked off by Corey Redding, the former Lion. Make the tackle. Yeah, thank you.
Corey Redding.
That's got to be satisfying for a former Lion, to do this. He's like, I seen that mess when I was here.
You know he done done it in practice plenty of time.
And then Matthew Stafford looking for Megatron, but it's
21 reasons.
Patrick Peterson.
Get that gear, baby. I cut it back.
He's going to hold it up?
I get down.
The Arizona D forced 6 turnovers on Sunday. So Stafford, 20 of 32 and 3 interceptions. Dan Orlovsky, get warm, my man.
Dan Orlovsky said, man, I was minding my own business. I ain't trying to go out here today.
The guy who's most famous for taking a safety when he ran 10 yards out of the back of the end zone gets picked off here by Rashad Johnson. Oh, it's ugly. They're still over. Bears, Lions, Matthew Stafford coming off the first benching of his career. Get up in the second quarter, Lions up 1, hitting Golden Tate, but ball's loose. It was ruled an interception on the field.
Let's look at that again, Chris.
Yeah, however, every turnover is reviewed. And Dean Blandino, the vice president of officiating, said because he was not falling to the turf and had already crossed the plane of the goal line, that is indeed a touchdown. It's not like the Calvin Johnson play against Chicago years ago where he was falling to the ground. So that's the difference here.
I like the call.
Yeah. You do like the call?
Yeah.
I think so,
guys
too.
In the bar think it's a touchdown. It's a touchdown.
That's always fair. So the Lions are up 8 at the break. Third quarter, Jay Cutler looking for Alshon Jeffrey, who had a big day. It's picked off by Rasheed Mathis.
It's a good both of these quarterbacks going to show you similarities.
They'll keep the other team in the game, won't they? First interception of the year for Mathis. Then T.J. Jones back to return a punt, waves it off. Corey Fuller's leg accidentally touches it. And guess who's going to recover? Yeah, the Bears.
That ain't my Corey Fuller from Florida State.
No.
MC!
So it was indeed a live ball. Yeah, there it is. Second muff punt of the game for the Lions. I know what we're working on this week in special teams.
Let's
Jim
keep
Caldwell.
muffing punts around here.
Next Bears drive, Cutler to Jeffrey. He's such a difference maker when he's in the lineup, which he hasn't been much of the year. The tall guy. The tall guy. I see you working out. So the Bears are down 1. Well, he is for the other team usually. Stafford. First time since week 14 that he had more than 300 yards passing, but this was another Stafford-type play picked off by Jonathan Anderson.
These 2 quarterbacks right here.
So here come the Bears. Cutler. To Jeffrey. No, but there is defensive holding on Josh Bynes.
I got you.
Yeah.
2 plays later, Matt Forte's going to plunge in, and Chicago's got a 7-point lead.
You need to free Forte, man. Just let the man go to another team.
Here come the Lions, down 4 at this point after kicking a head-scratching field goal. Stafford incomplete to Lance Moore. Flag on the play, though. Pernell McPhee, that's roughing the passer.
You got to stay off the quarterback's legs.
So half the distance to the goal. That's a first down. Next play with under 30 to go. Stafford, Calvin Johnson.
Oh, just like that.
Everything works when you do it that way.
And the Lions have the 3-point lead. But wait, don't forget about Jay Cutler. To Jeffrey for a gain of 24.
9 seconds.
Wow.
Don't worry about the flag. It was PI on the defense. Then Cutler to Marquise Wilson. That's incomplete, but there's a flag on the play of PI. Bless you.
How you that pass interference with a man behind you in cover 2?
So Robbie Gould descended to extra football in Motown for those winning Lions. Wow.
Overtime.
So the Bears second drive of overtime. That means next score wins, guys. Cutler looking for Jeffrey, knocked away by Darius Slay.
Flag there.
So here come the Lions. Stafford.
I know what you're thinking, Jeffrey.
Threw for 405 on this day, looking for Calvin Johnson. 6 catches, a $166 and a touchdown.
To that guy right there. He's going to make a play for you.
You got one-on-one with a safety.
Cover 2, the safety takes him over, and it's a mismatch.
So here comes Matt Prater to make sure the Lions don't finish 0-16 for the second time in their history. Everybody's celebrating in Motown. That was an exhausting highlight just to do. I can't imagine how those guys felt out there. Good for Jim Caldwell and his guys. They finally get that win.
That position in the league.
And Kirk Cousins and the Redskins do it again, coming from behind to get the win over the Bucs 31-30. Now to Detroit, Vikings and Lions here. Adrian Peterson active despite being downgraded to questionable with an illness coming in. And Calvin Johnson looking pretty good early on.
Coming off last week, he got some big plays. They dialed it up early again this week.
46-yard gain there for Matthew Stafford to Megatron 4 plays later. And it's back to Megatron for the touchdown.
That's about time they develop Calvin Johnson in the game plans.
For sure, as the Lions would take the early lead 7-0. So building off their first win of the season a week ago, looking good in Detroit early. Now up 7-3, Matthew Stafford. Back up top this time, he's got Eric Ebron active for the first time in a couple weeks after a knee injury. And
it's another one of those tight ends that coming out of college you expected them to do a lot. They're using him a little bit more as well.
Ebron got you down there. Let's go back to him. And Stafford does.
And the back made a fantastic blitz pickup right there to give Stafford time to deliver the football.
And so Eric Ebron and Matthew Stafford have the Lions up 14-3. All right, so second quarter now. Vikings ball down 14-6. Teddy Bridgewater handing off to Adrian Peterson. Fumble. Looks like we had a little problem on the exchange there.
Awkward exchange. Teddy didn't get any depth, and then Adrian Peterson went swiping down on the ball. Just bad exchange.
Stephen Tulloch going to recover that one for the Lions. So things definitely going the Lions' way. Although now up 17-6 in Bridgewater.
Well, whenever you have Adrian Peterson in your backfield, you have to respect the run, and that's what was able to open them up right there on this red zone.
And there's the tight end, Kyle Rudolph, with the 1-yard grab to bring the Vikings within 4. They actually missed the extra point, so within 5, 17-12. Third quarter now. Vikings down 17-15. Bridgewater going up top for Stephon Diggs.
Maryland's finest.
That's your guy.
Well, you know, he's my guy except for yesterday, and we did get that win, by the way.
I can't make fun of Penn State today.
No, you can't.
36-yard touchdown connection from Bridgewater to Diggs. Look at the extension, huh?
Look, the catch was fantastic, but to me, the route was even better, the way he sold that to get so wide open.
Keep an eye on Stephon Diggs. The kid can play some football.
All right, so the Vikings take their first lead, 22-17. Next Vikings possession, Adrian Peterson. He's got a seam. And
look at Ziggy Ansah, though. Look at Ziggy Ansah running down the field. Wow, what an effort.
Right, and that would save a touchdown.
Is that Ziggy being fast and effort, or is that Adrian slowing down? I don't know that a young, ready-to-go Adrian Peterson gets ran down by Ziggy Ansah.
It looks like Glover kind of slowed him down a little bit, and then allowed Ziggy to catch up.
Okay, and he's coming off a little cold.
Yeah.
A little sick. All right.
So the Vikings didn't get a touchdown out of that.
That's what you call a jailbreak rep.
Yeah.
Anthony Barr. He makes some plays.
They have so many young, talented defenders on that group there for the Vikings.
So Barr sacks Stafford, and he's not happy. But he gets the ball back here, down 11, under 3 minutes to play. And with this, look at Calvin Johnson just going up and picking this one out of the air amidst 3 Vikings defenders.
That was classic 3 flies up. That's like you're a kid in the backyard, got your buddies over, 3 flies up before you played that.
Absolutely.
Stafford hit hard on the play by Harrison Smith and in a little bit of pain.
That's perfect play on a passing arm.
They had 4 tries from the 1-yard line and could not get it done. 4th and goal, that pretty much sealed the victory for the Vikings. Stafford incomplete with Theo Riddick, and the Vikings win this one 28-19.
4-2 Minnesota Vikings. Very quietly 4-2. Very quiet.
Stafford right now getting X-rays
very loud
on his left
1-6
hand.
for Detroit.
Let's go to London right now. It's the Lions and the Chiefs. This was a fun day for one of these teams. Barry Sanders in the house, and I don't think he liked what he saw.
They could use him.
And the Chiefs doing some things. This was a theme today. Alex Smith off and running, picks up the first down and 8 yards right here.
Well, 2nd and 5, he crushes him with his legs. Now you're in the red zone. What are you going to do? Where's 13? He's real fast. Anthony Thomas, thank you very much. He'll take 7.
Yeah, there's not many people once he gets the corner that are going to catch him.
Fly sweep. They cut the edge off perfectly. Yeah, and you're right. That speed just took over after that.
Yeah, Chiefs up 7-3 at this point. Jim Bob Cooter, the new offensive coordinator, on 3rd and 7. What's he going to draw up? This did not work real well. Derek Johnson gets Matthew Stafford. He's been feeling the heat all year.
Well, they talked about simplifying the offense. You cannot simplify protections. That's been one of their big issues that continued today.
Well, Alex Smith, we talk a lot about how he doesn't like to throw outside the numbers, how he doesn't do this, how he doesn't do that. This is one thing that he does well.
Sneaky athletic, right, ED?
Yeah, definitely a better athlete than you think, but that right there just showed how bad this defensive line is playing for the Detroit Lions. Once again, you see there's no contain, man coverage down the field, and they are allowing him to just get out, and no one's catching him. That's the part that you see. He keeps running away from them.
Team speed in question there, ED?
Team speed in question. 14-3, had 69 yards at that point. Then Matthew Stafford here picked off by Sean Smith. That would lead to a field goal.
Well, goodness gracious. I don't know what even to say about that, man.
That's expert analysis. Goodness gracious.
I saw a running back quit on the route, and then Stafford gets blamed for an interception. Good job, Chiefs, I guess.
And here's another bad ball, and, I'm going to follow you up with the goodness gracious.
I mean, this time it's Justin Houston, the old tip drill there.
When it rains, it pours. I think this is what you're happening here.
Charkandrick West in for the touchdown. 24-3 Chiefs.
He hit him with the ravishing Rick Rude.
Is that what you were doing last night in your Peter Pan outfit?
What's that?
I hope not.
Why do you have to bring Peter Pan up 5 minutes
Because you were the
into
best-looking Peter Pan I've ever seen.
Oh, man.
Check out his Instagram, @DanHelly. Lots of great pictures of the beautiful kids and Peter Pan.
This game's already such a blowout. He's talking about Halloween outfits. All right, in the third quarter.
I love your kids.
Alex Smith moving up in the pocket, trying to make something happen again, and he does.
Is he the leading rusher? I think he might be. I mean, how many yards has he rushed for that we've seen collectively already, ED? About 60 or 70?
79 yards so far to this point in the game.
Wow.
Jeremy
Maclin making his quarterback look good.
Great grab. Look at this.
Whew. He wasn't there last week. They got a win last week without him. Obviously, that's the type of playmaking ability you get with him.
3 plays later, one of the more underrated tight ends in the NFL, Travis Kelce in for the touchdown. 31-3 Chiefs, ED.
Well, you know what I'm noticing right now is that there are a lot of Chiefs highlights. So are we going to get to any of the Lions highlights?
How about Calvin Johnson?
Oh, well, that's over Peters, your rookie, or excuse me, Smith.
Yeah.
Listen, a lot of single coverage. That safety was coming over, but it was late safety help.
Yeah, comes down awkwardly on the ankle, leaves the game with an ankle injury. The Chiefs win big, 45-10 across the pond in London. So the Lions now 1-7 on the year.
Aaron Rodgers and the Packers, losers of 2 straight, but what? They've got a get-right game, right? They haven't lost to the Lions at home since 1991. No Eddie Lacy in this game, inactive with a groin injury. But this Packers offense, boy, since week 4, it really struggled. Near the bottom of the league in yards per game, passing yards per game, third down conversion percentage, and they struggled again.
Protecting Aaron Rodgers has been a problem, but there's been some times he's had time. He just can't get comfortable in the pocket and find anybody down the field.
Sacked there by Karan Reed. Packers were just 3 of 9 on third down in the first half. Rodgers, Cobb there, quick 2-yard gain. He's kind of hobbling a little bit. Yeah, take a look at that left foot. Third quarter, opening kickoff, as this was tied at 3 at the half. Speaking of barn burners. How about Amir Abdullah? Boy, after that week 1 run we saw against the Chargers, hadn't really heard from Amir except for some fumbles. And, boy, he comes up with a huge kickoff return.
Big play for them.
He did that a lot at Nebraska. I remember going and watching him in a bowl game. They start every possession about the 40 to 50-yard line because of his kickoff return.
If he could just hold on to that ball when he gets in on offense, he could be a real threat.
3 plays later, Matt Stafford rolling right finds
Brandon Pettigrew.
Hey now, not Eric Ebron, but the other Lions first-round draft
Eddie Lacy Mill plan
a few years ago. So Matt Prater on to kick the extra point, and well, Matt Prater is perfect on field goals this year. Not as much. That is his second extra point miss of the season. So here we go. Lions up 12-3. Under 8 to play in the game. Rodgers, 3rd and 2, looking deep.
You know, he had a lot of time. He had a lot of time there. You know, obviously got the pass interference call.
All right, so here, Packers
against
call,
them. Yeah,
for holding. Lions would decline the penalty initially. Packers then look like they're going for it on 4th and 2. Then Jim Caldwell says, no, let's enforce it. 3rd and 12 then. Aaron Rodgers, boy, as he's getting hit, that's
what an amazing throw. I mean, that's an ill-advised throw. 9 times out of 10, whoever you have at quarterback doing that, you would tell them not to do it. But Aaron Rodgers, he's Aaron Rodgers.
Finds Cobb, gain of 20. 6 plays later, Rodgers to Rodgers. Aaron to Richard. And the Packers now down a deuce, 12-10. Next Lions possession. Under 3 minutes to play. Stafford to Golden Tate, who refuses to go down. Look at the block by Pettigrew downfield.
You got to bring your feet. They had 3 guys leave their feet to try and bring him down. Golden Tate is too strong for that. You got to bring your feet on contact.
All right, so Tate, 2 plays later, setting up Stafford. Here's Aaron Rodgers, can do nothing but watch, along with McCarthy. Stafford to Lance Moore. Bounce around the league.
The problem with bad teams are that every once in a while they can play a good game.
There's some talent on this Detroit team.
Under 2 minutes to play, 18-10. You think with the extra point, 9-point game, it's over?
Not so fast.
Prater misses his second.
Did I tell you that bad teams find a way to lose games?
Oh, well, the Lions were trying to find a way.
Oh, there you go.
18-10, so Packers with a chance to tie it with a touchdown or 2-point conversion. Looks like James Starks, though, is going to give it up. Fumbles, picked up by Isa Abdul-Quddus. And it looks like the Lions might just seal the victory here, but hang on.
So you have the missed PAT. Now you have a fumble that's going to get called back. It just felt like, okay, the Packers keep getting these breaks.
You're keeping track,
chance.
Right? Yep. Another shot, all right? So here we go. 1:30 to play. Rodgers back to Starks. Convoy in front. And Starks, big gainer into Lions territory across the 50 on the screen pass. Time not really an issue here. They had timeouts. 40 seconds on the clock, 2nd and 10. Rodgers looking for Rodgers. And we've got a flag, not on Tahir Whitehead as he was guarding Richard Rodgers, but on Ziggy Ansah for roughing the passer.
Yeah, it went low. You go down by the knees. They're going to call it every time.
And they do here, so fresh set of downs now for Rodgers and the Packers. 36 seconds on the clock. Rodgers, 1st and 10. Got it. So now needing just a 2-point conversion after the touchdown to tie this thing. Rodgers pressured. Devontae Adams cannot come up with it. Preston Butler, signed on Saturday, comes up with a big play on Sunday.
What a nice play
knocking
on the
that
ball.
out of Adams' hands, huh? And Rodgers
So
like,
it's
well,
over
the
finally.
game's over.
So it's over.
No.
We still have more?
No, it's not over yet.
Onside kick coming for the Packers. Nice one by Mason Crosby, but you got
Wait.
Calvin Johnson.
That's Calvin Johnson that went up and
Megatron.
grabbed the ball.
Goes off his shoulder.
Oh, this is Megatron. Remember, go back to the Seattle game. Fumbles going in. You're sitting there, okay, now this is the script again. Calvin Johnson has the big blunder at the end of the game, costs the Lions the ball game.
And Calvin can't come up with the onside recovery. Demarius Randall picks it up for the Packers.
You're Calvin Johnson. How do you drop the ball?
3rd and 10 from midfield. Rodgers to Devontae Adams.
Oh, no, it's going to happen.
Trying to lay on top of him, beat up as much time as possible.
You only need 3
saving their
points.
timeout.
You only need 3 points.
And they'll get a little more yardage here. So Mason Crosby from 52, but it is blocked. Jason Jones gets a hand on it.
In Lambeau.
And somehow.
In Lambeau.
The Lions, winners in Lambeau for the first time since 1991.
CNC Music Factory?
I believe
was
so.
all
you want to hit us one more time?
I'm not going to do it.
Come on.
I'm not going to do
on.
it. No, I'm not going to do it.
A little snap? You want to give me a little snap?
No.
Come on.
I will not.
The Lions have finally won in Lambeau for the first time since 1991. There it is. Back when Mike Tomczak was quarterbacking the Packers.
Nope. Should you let the rhythm move you? What do you think?
Let the rhythm move you.
All right.
All right.
I'll get you going, right?
Anybody wants to sign me to a record deal out there, I'm available. Just.
Third and goal. It's Murray. Murray takes it in. Touchdown, Raiders. Fourth rushing touchdown of the season for Latavius Murray, and Oakland is finally on the board here in the third quarter.
Off the right side with Latavius Murray, you see the polling offensive lineman Gabe Jackson around there, and they had decided beforehand that if they got stopped short, they were going to probably go for it on fourth down.
Not so much. First and goal, empty backfield. Stafford, quarterback draw, in for a touchdown.
You're going to see the Raiders. The lines are empty backfield, so the Raiders are focusing on the outside totally on the snap. And when Matt Stafford drops back to throw, fakes the throw, he's going to see nothing in front of him but the green grass right in front of him. Great call.
Third down and 14. Carr has time, throws underneath to Rivera. Rivera at the 10, tackled by Diggs at the 12, well short of a first down, but there's now a flag down in the end zone.
Holding, offense number 72. The penalty occurred in the end zone, therefore by rule, it is a safety.
And now we have a safety.
Donald Penn at the top of your screen there. Ziggy Ansah just bull rushes him now. It's that, yeah, he takes him to the ground. No doubt about it. That Donald Penn can argue all he wants. He's got him wrapped up under the neck and then takes him to the ground. Ziggy Ansah, so he knows it's a safety. He's only been playing football about 5 years, but he knows that's a safety.
Freezing. Packers rivals the Lions hosting the Eagles today, and Mark Sanchez making his second straight start for the injured Sam Bradford. And boy, Jason Peters has had some bad luck this season. He just can't stay healthy. Here started the game.
And fire, just doing his job. Someone actually making a block next to him, right on the ankle, inside injury.
Lane Johnson moves over to left tackle. But, you know, it didn't matter where or who was blocking Ziggy Ansah. Nobody had an answer for him.
Not at all. I see what you did there. I see what you did there. No, they couldn't find a way. 4 sacks on the day.
Sanchez, 8 of 14, 106, and a touchdown in the first half. But this game was all about Matthew Stafford at the quarterback position. Here finds Theo Riddick, leads the league in receptions by running back.
And this is just great design. Golden Tate comes in motion, stops right behind in the fullback position, so you got a corner lined up like a linebacker, didn't make the switch, and he wasn't able to get over.
Stafford, 17-7, trying to add to it. Under 2 minutes to play in the first half, finds Eric Ebron. It's a big hit there from Walter Thurman.
Yeah, Walter Thurman got the big hit, but again, after a big gain, and that's the tone of the day. I mean, they'll take that. That's exactly what they were doing, taking what they were giving them.
Gain of 19. All right, so Calvin Johnson.
Get him.
Boy, when Nolan Farrell went out,
yeah.
Eric Rowe came in.
Eric Rowe came in, and it took him a while to recognize it, but this is exactly what they started doing, just trying to go over the top of the rookie, trying to make him earn his stripes, and Calvin started having a day.
On the rookie from Utah, the second-round pick.
Well, it did work once,
yeah.
So let's try it again.
Go back to it.
That's too easy, though. They weren't giving him any help. I don't understand why Walter Thurman wasn't leaning over a little bit more to try and let him help. You got the big corner in Maxwell who can defend one-on-one by himself. They should have leaned and gave the kid a little bit more help.
Stafford, 3 touchdowns in the first half, had the 1 in the third quarter.
There's that man again.
When
Mark Sanchez was under siege today. Ziggy Ansah actually crediting him now with 3.5 sacks. It took a half away.
Well, why? Because he just knocked his ball out. I guess he only hit half of it.
I guess they gave half to Nada.
I tell you what, Lodi Nada got all of Sanchez. That was a whole lot of Nada all over him.
Off the turnover, Stafford back to Megatron, and boy, even Malcolm Jenkins couldn't get it done against 81 today.
Well, Rose happy.
Yeah, right. It wasn't him.
That wasn't him that time. But look at it. Long man, big man, touch throw right on the edge, and watch him get the toes down.
Yeah, that's a man who's been in the end zone a few times before. Megatron with 3 on the Chip Kelly.
Oregon, man, Oregon. It was so nice in Oregon. That's what he was thinking.
Fourth quarter now up 38-7. Lions still pouring it on. Just opening up a can of cranberry sauce on these guys. Look at Joyce Bell.
No, that was not a can of cranberry sauce they opened. That was a different kind of can they opened on the Eagles today. Let the man get the touchdown.
Yeah, Joyce Bell got you all the way down, so Jim Caldwell going to let him.
Yeah, that's when the coach cares about your feelings right now, because he could have allowed his quarterback to throw for 6 touchdowns.
Right.
But no, he said, I'll give it to you.
Yeah, 5 touchdowns will do for Matthew Stafford today, 337 yards through the air.
Better protection for Matt Stafford.
Third different running back in 3 plays. It's Bell. Here's Stafford's pass. And he's got Calvin Johnson. They fake into the line. Stafford getting extra time and now taken off. For a big gain, he got... Here's a first down run. Wide open field it is for Abdullah. Into the secondary and beyond to the 10. The Thursday game last week, not a quick turnaround. Here's the 3rd and 2 to the end zone, and Ebron has it for the touchdown. Back-to-back 100-yard performances for the first time in his career the last 2 weeks. 2nd and 8, Rodgers flings it, he's intercepted for only the 5th time this year. And it's Quinn who has it down to the 16. From the 17. Looking for Megatron, and it's a touchdown. Right over Sam Shields. Taking just seconds to strike off the takeaway. Here's the back to open up this quarter. And he rolls right off the Detroit offensive lineman. Look at him hurdle there. Here's the throw. Starks shakes off the hit. He's inside the 10 and down to the 8.
And give that Green Bay defense a chance for a turnover.
Here's the handoff to Starks. The ball is fumbled into the end zone and fallen on by Cobb for a touchdown. Randall Cobb recovers it.
Saved the touchdown by the Green Bay Packers.
Here's play action. Stafford has the ball stripped out of his hands and fallen on and recovered by Green Bay. 3rd and 6, they can pick up the first down at the 2. Here's Rodgers to the end zone, and it is pulled down by Adams for his first touchdown of the year. 1st and 15. That's Rodgers. From the pocket. Now, rolling out, pointing, taking off. First down, touchdown! Aaron Rodgers runs it home. 3rd and 12, first down yardage at the 30. From the pocket, the pass. It is caught by Jones, just his 3rd catch of the year. The usually reliable all-time scorer for the Packers missed one like that. But here we go, with no timeouts. Rodgers rolling out. On the run. Flings it and tapped away. What a play, too. 16 seconds. Packers cannot afford to be tackled in the field of play. Rodgers. Can he complete one? Got a man down there, and it's incomplete. Also, one absolute desperation moment. In the middle of the field to Jones. To Rodgers. How about that? Rodgers gets it the other way. He's thrown down. We got a flag. The game's not over. Grabbed him by the face mask. That was Devin Taylor.
Personal foul, face mask. Number 98 defense. 15-yard penalty.
This is like what happened in the Baltimore Jackson.
But I think, can the receivers get far enough down the field?
Rodgers in trouble.
It's going to get there.
He turned 32 yesterday. Does he have a vintage moment in him? In the end zone. It is caught for the win. Richard Rodgers with a walk-off touchdown. A game ender for the Packers. Total disbelief at Ford Field. The Packers saved by the face mask call, given one last chance. And Aaron Rodgers heaves it as far as he can. And Richard Rodgers boxing out in the end zone for the touchdown.
With Keenum lining up as a receiver, Todd Gurley takes the snap, gives to Tavon Austin. He spins out of a tackle and brought down around the 48-yard line. On first down from the Lions 15. Stafford has to unload it to Bell, and there's a lot of blockers in front, and he's going to get a first down up near the 32-yard line. Stafford to throw, and it's intercepted. The Rams with a takeaway, Tremaine Johnson. And he's going to score! Touchdown Rams! Riddick outside, and Theo Riddick with his best run of this season. Gain of 14 on the completion. And Keenum hit as he throws, and sideline catch. Darius Slay made the interception. Bell has a big hole to get through, and Joyke Bell with a first down.
See if he goes somewhere else with his football.
He does go the other way. Catch made. Golden Tate. Touchdown Lions. Todd Gurley gets through. And Gurley is going to add to his 30-plus run advantage as he gets down near the 10. Todd Gurley, can he turn the corner? Toward the end zone, touchdown! The situation in Houston playing with injured players late in the game, and that's one of the reasons they wanted him back here. As Todd Gurley is loose again. There goes Gurley down to the 40. 2nd and 1. Gurley with the first down, and Todd Gurley in for the touchdown. Stafford end zone. Golden Tate with a touchdown for the Lions. Todd Gurley. If he breaks this, it's good night Detroit. They bring him down inside the 33-yard line, and he stays in bounds wisely as the Lions will have to use another timeout. The Rams and Todd Gurley put an end to a 5-game offensive drought, a 5-game losing streak, and the Rams knock off the Detroit Lions.
To New Orleans, Drew Brees, 18-4 in home primetime games with the Saints, best mark in the league since '06. Matthew Stafford and the Lions trying to put up a ton of points on the Saints' 31st ranked defense, and it would not take Stafford long, those quarters, to get going.
I see GT. Tough receiver. That's a good addition by Detroit.
Yeah.
Add him.
Golden Tate on the touchdown to give Detroit a 7-0 lead. Next possession, Stafford.
They've been waiting for this.
I see you, big boy. They almost outrun the DBs. We've been waiting to see him do that on a consistent basis.
45 yards on the catch and run. Second quarter.
Yeah, Mike Burton gets in the end zone here. Well, they don't cover the fullback.
My name is Burton Michael.
That's a true story, actually. Yeah. True story. That is your name.
Lines up 14-3, goes underneath.
That's called
L.
That's the L1 ball. When you see Theo Riddick in the backfield, he's back there to catch the ball.
That was the
L1. Oh.
Got a warm neck in Seattle.
Oh, man. Breaking ankles.
Golden Tate, second touchdown catch. There was a flag on the defense for illegal use of the hands.
You got to be more flexible than that, Golden.
I don't know about that.
Now he's keeping him a little tight.
Yeah, he kept it
All Detroit. Drew Brees shaken up in the second quarter. You see him throw the football here, but it'll come up limping at the end of the play. He'd have his ankle worked on the sideline, but would return to the game. Saints would not capitalize near the goal line late in the first half.
This really came back to hurt them at the end of the second quarter here. They didn't end up scoring any points, down 21-3. They didn't. Clemente didn't report. Had a 5-yard penalty. They got stuffed. Hightower just stoned at the line of scrimmage. There was
good defense by Detroit.
That's all Haloti Nada, man. People put that big Nada on him.
Right. Saints call their last timeout, and then Brees buys time. It's Marcus Colston for what appears to be a touchdown, but another flag on the field. Jari Evans called for the ineligible man downfield.
Was that a screen on the goal line?
Well, Jari was downfield to like it was supposed to.
Looked like the front side, they took it away. The front side, they cut it.
On the 2-yard line?
To the fourth quarter.
Wow. That's that exotic play call.
28-13 at this point. Amir Abdullah called down on the field for a short game, but you see the football coming loose.
Had that same issue in college.
17 fumbles.
17 lost fumbles.
Yeah,
Saints were challenged. There was a clear recovery on the play.
Fumbles happened the last 6 inches from the ground, Baldy.
You keep saying that. It's true, Mike. I see it week in, week out.
Brees to Colston. Weaves his way in for the touchdown.
They've been doing that for a long time.
Yeah,
a long time. Great connection.
A one-possession game.
70 power flip.
20.
Put him back in after the fumble.
Abdullah.
Let him go to work.
27 yards in the first down to the Saints 24.
That's what I like.
Bell takes the hand, fumbles.
Bell.
But you got to hold on to it at the end.
Detroit able to recover the football. Jim Caldwell knows they've dodged the bullet. And then Stafford goes back to the air. 18 yards on the touchdown catch, or to the 1-yard line, I should say. And the very next play, they punch it in for 6. Bell. 35-20.
Into the answers, the little guys.
Big guys are athletes too, man. Show it off.
Put it in the hands of Anquan Bolden, and he's just made NFL history. Bolden, the 35-year-old out of Pahokee, Florida, becomes the 13th member of the NFL's 1,000 reception club. How about that? DeJuan Harris just signed this week. We saw him a couple of weeks ago. Fake the run, throw the pass, and that is a touchdown. Fake one way, come back down the middle of the field, and it's a touchdown.
That leaves a vacated area. Eric Reed came up in an inverted look and played the play closer to the line of scrimmage. That actually opened up the area for T.J. Jones to get into.
What you get the feeling is there's a completion to McDonald all the way up to the 45.
Doing more after the fumble, but that may have been what did it.
Going for the end zone, it is ruled a touchdown, and Torrey Smith
ended up in a touchdown for Vance McDonald. Here he gets his second one where he's holding Torrey Smith.
Will take the handoff and finds the end zone. They capitalize on the turnover to recapture the lead.
Now they're backed up.
Come out throwing. And a lot of running room for Quentin Patton, still on his feet and run out of bounds.
You plant him.
Play action and Gabbett. Again, it's Devin Taylor. Third down at 12. Big play for the 49ers. And they convert. It's Johnson. They're going to him. There it is.
Tony, you had it.
Yeah, I just, you know what? I was surprised he didn't go on the play before. But I know they went and they brought up one of the safeties up to stop that inside route.
But the Lions win it over the 49ers.
Look with 4 receivers into the short side for Stafford, who's got time to throw to the end zone for a touchdown. It's Tim Wright with his second touchdown of the season. And the Lions couldn't have gotten off to a better start.
Boy, the Detroit Lions secondary.
They'll sprint him out on third down. Pressure from the backside. Gets rid of it, and it's broken up by Lawson. And then intercepted. James Ahedebo got his hands under it after Lawson knocked it away.
Well, Nevin Lawson already coming up big in this game. The Detroit Lions end up playing soft coverage. Lawson with the deflection. Ahedebo with the interception.
Still have a timeout left. 23 seconds. Cutler a deep drop. Got rid of it. Intercepted. Tahir Whitehead using a stiff arm to flip the field and then some inside the 40. Whitehead's first interception of the season totally flips the script on the end of this first half. Lions bring only 4. Anza Borush in his way, but picked up. End zone shot. Touchdown, Joshua Bellamy. Beating Quandre Diggs. The Bears an extra point away from tying this game.
Well, this is the matchup Jay Cutler was working on. It's Quandre Diggs, the rookie nickelback, working versus Josh Bellamy. We talked about at the beginning of the game. Someone's got to step up. Someone's got to make a play.
Second down and 8 from the 36. Stafford with time. One-on-one for Calvin Johnson. Lays out. Pulls it in. Touchdown Lions.
How could you get rid of this guy after all the production he's brought to the Detroit Lions throughout the course of his career? You got to find a way to keep him in Detroit, to keep this combination together at quarterback with Matthew Stafford and Calvin Johnson. That play was just one-on-one on Tracy Porter the entire way, and Johnson with the size and the speed to be able to extend to get the football for the touchdown in the end zone. Look at the extension.
Wow. Second and 6. Forte motions out, takes the swing. Open field. Forte turns the corner. Block from Mariani. Touchdown for Forte.
First we see a big play by Calvin Johnson for the Detroit Lions. Now we see one by Matt Forte as he releases out into space. One-on-one coverage versus Stephen Tulloch. And once Tulloch's not able to reach him, Forte does the rest. And again, another guy who's going to be going into free agency after this season. You say to yourself, why?
In behind Michael Burton. Play action. Stafford back of the end zone. Touchdown. Eric Ebron to put the Lions back in front. First down and 10, and Cutler looks to throw. Pressured by Anza. Got rid of it. Floats up and intercepted by Glover Quinn. Playing in his 100th consecutive game.
For the Bears, they'll still continue to kind of build on some of the changes they have made this year, but questions loom. Adam Gase possibly being one of those head coaching candidates that we're talking about.
All right, that does it here.